welcome in my dolls and figurines. I'm DARKBARBiEDiFFERENT, and today I want to talk about my week replacing doom scrolling with nostalgic, curated hobbies. So, Hamster Buttocks right here on YouTube made a video that was about replacing doom scrolling with the Nintendo DS, which I thought was a really good idea. I noticed that a long time ago, actually, I deleted Facebook off my phone and barely use it anymore. And I noticed that I started doing the same thing with Instagram and other apps. And I stopped using TikTok a really long time ago, too. But it just kind of keeps happening. And I've kind of always been that way with Instagram and YouTube. Spend hours a day on YouTube. Not that I want to stop watching you guys. Of course, I will have some time for that. But I wanted to try this and I loved her video. I loved her ideas. I love what she said. And it's Thursday right now, so midway through the video you will actually see me changing my hair because that is a nostalgic kind of slow moving hobby that has nothing to do with my phone. You can just put a podcast or a movie or something on another device and just do it. So midway through the week, yesterday on Wednesday, actually, you'll see that. And then also I'll be showing my screen time and comparing it to last week just to kind of get an idea. And since it's already Thursday, it's already been a great week, way better. My time is curated, and by curated I mean I'm not being shown an algorithm. I am solely making the choice of every single thing I have done this week. Everything on my phone that I have done has been no scrolling. I have not done any scrolling. I have caught myself accidentally opening Instagram, but let's dive into my week and see where it takes us. And I might continue further than a week too, so let's go. So it's Monday morning and it's a little rainy out. I'm hanging out with my kitties and making some tea. I decided to start a new game for me, Animal Crossing City Folk for the Wii, and I am playing it on my emulator. I do own a Wii, and this is my kitties with me. This is a good way to replace scrolling, as well as tamagotchis have really helped me. Anytime I wanted to pick up my phone, I pick up one of my tamagotchis. And now I'm just sipping some tea and enjoying some of my vinyl. Physical media is a great way to step off your phone because instead of opening an app like Spotify, you just grab something nearby. I am now going to get ready, and instead of watching video after video while I get ready, making my process take way longer, I am going to play Webkinz, which also probably made my process take way longer. But I was in no hurry here because, again, it was my day off that I had off with my partner, and we were kind of leisurely, not really doing much. I was just trying to fill my time with other things than scrolling or video after video or really anything on my phone. So I was like, well, Webkinz or any computer game or something in the background is a great way to stimulate your brain and kind of make something like getting ready go by a lot faster. And if anybody plays Webkinz, my name is DARKBARBiE on there, no spaces, all uppercase except the I is lowercase. Comment below if you add me. Webkinz is a great replacement for doom scrolling in general because there's so much you can do on there. And just so you know, guys, you can get a free account. There's not as much you can do, but there is still quite a bit and a ton of games and fun little pets you can take care of for free on the Webkinz website. And I also think that this year they just came out with a browser edition, so I don't think you have to download anything either. The first thing I always do on Webkinz is go to the dailies, and it shows you everything special about that day, the daily games, the freebies, etc. And there's about 10, sometimes even 15 things to click within there. And so it is a very good time passer, time sinker, and you also feel a little bit accomplished every time you get a coin or get something for your pets. And of course, it's also a very nostalgic hobby, which I wanted to fill my week with my nostalgic hobbies instead of scrolling. And so far, it's been really great today. I'm having a great day, even though it's already only like 1 p.m. But so far, so good. I haven't gotten upset about anything on my phone. I have done multiple things already that I chose to do and have enjoyed. So that's kind of the great thing about stepping off of my phone is every single thing I've done, I have chosen to do. It wasn't just an option given to me by the algorithm. A really fun thing about Webkinz is redesigning the rooms and redesigning your outfits. You can collect different items that are rare and obscure, etc. Like I said, I love redesigning the rooms and all the different places you can go. If you do have deluxe, you can go to the vacation island and get free food. And now I thought I was wasting too much time on Webkinz and not really getting ready, so I put on their music stars in the background, which is cute, old school, early 2000s Webkinz music videos. Highly suggest if you haven't seen them. They're really cute. And definitely filled my time with some extra background noise and stimulation of a video without scrolling. They just played in the background. Now I'm just finishing up my eyeliner and making sure that I fill my pet's hearts a little bit because I haven't been playing much lately. And here's the final look today. Love it. So we did decide to run some errands, so instead of sitting and scrolling on my phone in the car, I brought my 3DS to track steps, and I brought my tamagotchis to play with whenever the need for scrolling arised, which I was already feeling a little blah in the car because I'm used to staring at something or just doing something stimulating. So I bred my tamagotchis and decided to get a new egg because that will need some taking care of. I was waiting outside the bank for my partner and now I have an egg. But it's fun, the little things you can take with you instead of a phone. Honestly, I have played a little bit of the Tamagotchi, and then I got kind of bored waiting for Drew to come outside from Home Depot, and I opened my DS, and I think I might have a street pass. False alarm, I street passed with myself 3 times and hadn't opened it yet, but I'm still playing the DS in the car instead of scrolling, so we're getting somewhere. After we got back, I decided I had played enough games for a bit, and I was kind of feeling like my brain needed something else, so I threw on the show Mindhunter and painted away on my dollhouse, which will be a video soon if it's not already, so stay tuned. And then I decided, well, now that I'm done painting, I need a little break. Let's go back to the game I was playing and the Tamagotchis. So again, a very good time sinker. You'll probably see me play this game a ton this week, and you'll get to hear about my new town, which I technically have 6 Animal Crossing towns. A very good way to fill your time because if you don't play for a few days, there's always weeds, there's always someone to talk to, something to collect. You could even decorate your town with flowers, even if it's the older Animal Crossing towns. And if you guys haven't noticed, every single time I've picked up my Tamagotchi Paradise, he is sick. And even if your Tamagotchi's not sick, you can always feed them snacks or play games or go shopping. And on some of the other devices, there's different places you can go. So they are a very good serotonin booster kind of time sinker. It gives you something to do in your free time besides scrolling social media, which is the big thing that I want to stay away from this week, is getting sucked into news or social media or other people and just choosing what I want to spend my time doing. So right now I am just checking in with all of my new villagers on Animal Crossing City Folk and making sure that my 2 Tamagotchis I'm currently running are doing a-okay. They're so cute. And also I was just cleaning one of them, which requires button presses on the Tamagotchi Paradise. So there is more than just like feeding and cleaning. There's quite a bit of things you can do with these newer age Tamagotchis, and I have noticed that if I have these sitting next to me, I will just grab this instead of my phone. So great advice for you guys. I wanted to get to know my new town a little bit more, and this was a time passerby. I didn't even realize how much time was passing, so if you're really feeling like scrolling, definitely start a new Animal Crossing town. You will not even realize how much time you spend just running around meeting these cute little animals, and it's definitely a good game to lose track of time and also feel good about playing because you will accomplish quite a bit. And then I decided to add a little bit more painting to my dollhouse, which again will be a video about my Calico Critters village and my first ever Calico Critters. Well, I think I had a few as a kid, but I was feeling like, oh, I'm used to watching videos in the bath, as weird as that sounds. So I set up my bath tray that my grandma got me and also the last book that she was reading and decided I'm going to read more of that, and it makes me feel connected to her and have a very comfortable, relaxing bath without videos. And then I decided to kind of end the night off with a new game, Bratz Forever Diamonds, which I do have for the PlayStation 2, but I was playing it for the GameCube here. But I was excited because I grew up playing Bratz Rock Angels, so it's always good to fill your time with a game you've never played because I feel like that will stimulate you more. So I wanted to end out the night by scrolling through my screen time, which is significantly less than yesterday. On Sunday, I spent like 5 or 6 hours, and it looks like the only notifications and stuff that I got was from like Life 360. 55 unlocks is still crazy, but like I said, I kept opening my phone by accident. I don't know if I did say that yet, but I did. And then, yeah, Sunday was 4 hours. I think my average, though, on Instagram was 6 hours. So this is already way better. And I didn't even use social media apps. But now it's Tuesday, the next morning, and instead of scrolling or using YouTube right away, I decided I was going to now start checking my Animal Crossing every single morning right away, first thing, because I often grab for my phone and just start scrolling, and then I'm oftentimes upset right away in the morning, and I also oftentimes don't even get ready because I'm scrolling. I wanted to get to a vulnerable part of the video right now, and that is, if you already can't tell, me without makeup and me just showered. My hair is wet, and also the things that have piled up. Well, I was kind of addicted to doom scrolling, and no, that wasn't the only thing I was doing because obviously you guys have seen videos of me doing other things, okay? But oftentimes I would talk about how, oh, I didn't get anything done tonight. I wanted to do this, this, and this, and it's already 7, 8 o'clock, and now I'm hungry, and then I have to feed the cats, and it's not hard or a lot of stuff, but at that point you're exhausted. And I think part of the exhaustion and the negativity was from doom scrolling. So even sometimes you'd even neglect your self-care because you'd spend more time scrolling. Like in the morning, I oftentimes wouldn't even get ready because I would be so enthralled in videos or doom scrolling that I would notice the time and be like, shoot, I have to put on clothes and go, just as is. So you do notice that self-care gets dismissed. I oftentimes wouldn't have even showered yet, and I got home an hour ago. Stuff like that. So I did want to show you guys, like I said, a little bit of a vulnerable part, and I wanted to, now that I've been home for an hour, I've done my showering self-care, I wanted to throw on one of my favorite shows or physical media, music, etc., and do a little tidy of the apartment because of course I clean and do laundry and keep it looking nice in here and dust my collection and do a lot of things, but a lot of things get piled up when you notice how many hours a day you're scrolling because you are then tired and you're not wanting to do these things, and then you're overwhelmed because you now have 10 things to do instead of 3 things to do. So let's go and clean a little bit, and then we'll do something fun like play a game or paint or fill our free time with non-scrolling activities. The main things that I needed to pick up were like boxes of collectibles, etc., just clutter that had piled up in the meantime of my day's doom scrolling. Nothing really messy, just kind of reorganizing collectibles and also getting my space set up for my Calico Critters village, which will be a video coming soon if it's not already. Stay tuned. Yeah, and I have my smart doll boxes out here, and I just got a homemade cherry wood baby crib, doll baby crib, and I wanted to put it in this corner by my American Girls. And so I was kind of cleaning up the space for that. Notice that the table still looks a hot mess. That's because that's all of my paint and everything for the dollhouse that I'm painting for the Calico Critters Village. So, real quick, I do want to do a check-in. Today's Tuesday. It's my first day of work this week, and I wanted to talk about how my day yesterday and today went without scrolling. Now, I didn't scroll at all in the 2 days. I did catch myself accidentally just opening my phone for no reason, and these are the things I'm trying to kind of catch and figure out what the habit is, what I'm doing, like, curate my time a little bit more instead of spending my time losing track of time on Instagram and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, not even for any reason. So I noticed that. I open my phone and I instantly go to Instagram and I'm like, I'm not here. I'm not here to scroll. I'm not going on my phone to scroll. So I accidentally opened Instagram a bunch of times. Now, I did message my one friend that I was going to stay in contact with on there, and we gave each other our emails, which already has been super, super helpful. It sounds goofy in this day and age, but it's already been nicer than communicating on Instagram and going back and forth that way. It's just so much easier to personally stay in contact with her through email. So there's that. I have checked my email a few times, and I did give myself the grace of using Spotify at work, which at home I use physical media. I'm all for physical media, but I do use Spotify when I am at work. So I gave myself the grace of using podcasts at work, so I did open my phone quite a bit for that, but I have not done any scrolling in the last 2 days. Like I said, I've caught myself opening the apps, but no scrolling. Pretty proud of that. I was loving playing new games yesterday and kind of finding different creative and fun ways to fill my time. Things I already do, but things that I was spending way less time doing before because, like I said, I would lose track of time scrolling so much or watching video after video after video, and it wasn't curated time. And by curated time, I mean me specifically choosing what I'm doing. Sure, I may have chose to go on Instagram or YouTube at that moment, but scrolling is no choice. You get shown whatever the algorithm is gonna show you, even if you follow a bunch of people. It's not even who you follow half the time. So this has been already a really nice experiment. I have already noticed a mood shift, a mood improvement, because right now it's 5:05. I would have already lost an hour of time right now, and I wouldn't have showered yet, and I would have probably already been upset about 6 different things that I saw on social media, whether it be people, my past being thought of, something triggering me, a news article coming out that's very upsetting, like so many things that aren't upsetting me. It's nuts. And also, thirdly, I have shopped already significantly less. I did buy one outfit because I had already planned on buying it. It was a drop and it wasn't that expensive, and it was a creator I wanted to support. So that was kind of different, but I haven't shopped or had a random obsession that I need to research every 2 seconds and buy because I'm not being shown ads, influencer ads, stuff, every second. So that's been nice too. I have checked my email and I have pretty much listened to music and podcasts that I chose to listen to. So it's been really fun already, and I had a way better day off than I normally do because I got ready earlier than I normally would, and I did so much more than I normally would do because normally we'd lose track of time on my day off. So I promise you, even in the start, you'll already start to notice a shift. But the weird thing is like an addiction, because I thought of grabbing my phone so many times and I opened it so many times and then realized, what am I doing? there's no reason I even need to open my phone. I'm at work right now. Like, I don't usually use my phone at work even. I just noticed how many times I just click it and open it when I'm wearing a watch, and I look at my watch all the time too. So it is just a weird addiction habit, and you got to break the cycle. And like Hamster Buttocks said, use your DS, find something you love. I'm doing all my niche and nostalgic hobbies. Sorry if I went on a major tangent right now. No scrolling, and I'm by myself, so while I'm eating, I'm gonna watch a nostalgic show, Buffy. Major ode to my friend Alexis, RIP. After dinner, I noticed that my Tamagotchi had become the next generation, and I got 500 gotcha points, and instead of scrolling, just kind of went through my Tamagotchis doing the things they needed and playing a few games just to pass the time while watching a show, because normally I would probably be shopping, scrolling, doing 52 things at once. So it's good to slow down a little bit and just do a few things, but still kind of stimulate your brain a little bit. I wanted to relax a little before diving more into my painting project, so I'm gonna play some new to me games and I'll let you know how they go. Starting with Date or Ditch for the DS. This game was super cute, you guys. It's mainly a text-based game, and you get to pick if you're male or female since it's super old school. But it's very much like the game Sprung for the DS, if anybody has played that, where you kind of choose your own adventure. And then I decided to play a little bit of Animal Crossing Wild World, my current hype addiction. I realized I actually have some turnips on my actual game cartridge, so we're gonna switch to my OG 3DS. This game is probably going to be the biggest replacement for Doomscrolling this week and just in general. So it is super early on my game because I only time travel so that I can play it outside of work at normal times, not for any other reason. And so I had to be a little bit early, late at night, to get the turnips on Sunday because I worked. These games, like I said earlier, guys, are amazing for replacing your phone because you can decorate with the flowers, you can make patterns and then put them down on the ground. So basically, that could take hours, and also you could be drawing something, making the patterns. So it takes up time and you're doing something. And you could decorate your house. You can also change how your character looks, so it's kind of like a fashion game. Oh, I haven't been inside in a couple days, but my house is cute. You can collect items. You can try and make best friends with the villagers, so even if you feel like not using social media for the week, you could make friends with your villagers on Animal Crossing. Sounds lame, but it actually, in this game, they're very talkative and have a lot more to say than the newer games, and it could take up quite a bit of your time. For me, this has been a lot of what I've already been doing this week with the no scrolling. So we are going to look at my stats at the end of the week on each DS and see how much time I spent on each game instead of scrolling, and I can guarantee this one is going to have a lot. Honestly, if you're replacing scrolling, it's nice to have a couple different devices and different games to play. So here's the devices I chose, and I'm having a snack and watching Mindhunter instead of scrolling. And then I ended out my night playing the app games I play on my Android emulator. This one is a Hello Kitty game. And here is my Tuesday night dashboard. I get way too many notifications from Life 360, so we might have to change that. But I used my phone significantly less than last Tuesday, which is really nice. Quite a bit of unlocks because I wasn't used to not checking my phone for time and stuff at work, but I do wear a watch. It's literally just a habit. But down 2 hours, and last Tuesday I used Instagram for an hour, and this Tuesday I used it for less than 10 minutes. Last Tuesday I had 417 notifications. This Tuesday I had like 195. And again, most of those are Life 360. Like, oh, this person went here, this person went there. But very intriguing stats. I'm already doing great. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Now it's Wednesday morning, and you know the drill. Instead of scrolling, we are going to walk through my Animal Crossing town. I would like to do another little check-in. It is Wednesday. It is almost 8 p.m. and I just got home from like a 9-hour shift. So if there isn't much fun stuff that I did today to replace scrolling, that's because I worked to replace scrolling. I did notice that I checked my phone significantly less today, consciously. Not that I ever really even check it at work, it's just a matter of pulling it out of my pocket and unlocking it for no reason. Today I consciously did not do that, so I should have significantly less unlocks. I was going to dress my dolls for fall, which is going to be another video, but I'm feeling absolutely exhausted. So I'm deciding what I'm going to do. I did do a little bit of voiceover and editing for this video, which I'm not going to include me doing this video in this video. That seems like too Inception, but I think you guys get the idea. I did do a few things today that was not scrolling, but it was mainly just working and editing, so if I didn't include a lot for Wednesday, that's because I was gone for 9 hours. But also why I look like this, I just took off my work shirt and this is life now. But I was thinking, yeah, either paint, take a bath and read, or play a game. I will try to capture some of that. So again, sorry for not as much fun Wednesday, but tomorrow I will be off at 4 or 5 and I am gonna dress my dolls for fall. So that will either be a video before or after this one. Stay tuned or check it out. Since I'm feeling exhausted for work and wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, I decided I'm just gonna get my daily streak on Second Life, the app. If you guys use Second Life at all and you do download the app, just know that it's pretty early production, I want to say, like not that great. But you get free money if you use the app. So, little PSA for the Second Life users. And you can see like different places to go, who's online, places. Yeah, it doesn't load. I mean, it takes forever to load. Well, actually, it didn't. There I am. Anywho, that's all I'm doing right now is kind of checking into Second Life and getting my free stuff. Sorry. Honestly, though, if you are trying to replace scrolling, going on Second Life on the computer, you could get lost for hours. You could go on a freaking vacation to France, Japan, absolutely anywhere you want to go, and you'll see a lot of cool people and clearly my outfit. You can dress your avatar for literal hours because it's not the typical just put something on, take something off. It's kind of very techy. So if you're a person who loves avatars and traveling and seeing beauty, Second Life. It's very confusing, very time consuming, but a very good replacement for not scrolling. What if I told y'all that doing a fun makeup look or changing your hair could also replace doom scrolling? Stay tuned and let's find out. Here's a quick little before of my hair. It's honestly driving me nuts and I feel like the color will fix it because the cut is pretty good. When I put my glasses on, this kind of drives me nuts too, but can't be without it, can't be with it. Stay tuned to see how long this takes me, how many hours spent doing this instead of scrolling. Alright guys, the hair color is in, and that took me literally an hour from the exact time and exact hour to do. So if you do any sort of self-care or put hair color in, which is super nostalgic to me because I've been coloring my own hair since I was like 14 or 15. And yeah, it took a lot of time. I just threw on a podcast and put my phone away and didn't even touch my phone in that entire hour since the last video. But now while this sits for 3 hours, I'm probably going to play a game or watch my show that I'm watching. And sorry, I ran out of foils, so that's why I look a little wild right now, but we'll see how this turns out, and I will let you guys know what I end up doing in the meantime.
Or I could check out
Even in a Bratz video game from the early 2000s, a phone is a feature, but I'm still not scrolling, so I decided to kill some time on a Bratz game for the GameCube. I do not remember having a pet in Bratz Rock Angels, and it's one of the first goals in Forever Diamonds. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, there's actually so many. What do I do? It's free too. I just get to pick a pet. What? So I vaguely have played this game. I grew up playing Bratz Rock Angels, and I've played Forever Diamonds for the DS, which my friend that is my bestie that I grew up with had, but I didn't have. So I am less familiar with this one. And I swear on the DS one, it was something about skiing and stuff, like, oh my gosh, ah! So anyways, I've been playing this now for probably 30 or 40 minutes. Super fun. Fed my cats in between there, I guess, so.
Now that you have your pet, you can purchase outfits for it from that pet clothing mannequin over there. Or if you'd like to teach your pet some tricks, go to the pet posing pen.
Now while I'm waiting for my food to heat up, late night, but, you know, still gotta eat, I am playing an app called Kododama Diary, and it's very Tamagotchi-esque. You tap these hearts and then they grow, except you feed them words. So when I fill up this heart line here at the top, I will get to feed them a word, and it is very much a time sinker. You get these cute little guys, and every day you go on at any point, and boom, I get to feed them a word. Let's do impressive. Sometimes I try to do mean words too, just to get different guys, because based on what you feed them. And the graphics are very nostalgic-y, Tamagotchi-ish. But yeah, very much a fun time sinker to pass time instead of scrolling while waiting for my food to be done. Surprise, surprise, I am going to end the night with Animal Crossing, and sorry for speeding a few parts up here, guys. I'm not sure about the music, and I also thought, hey, let's just speed up a few things I do so you guys can kind of see more of the extent of it as well. Here I'm just walking around my Wild World town to kind of show you guys. And then we will look at my screen time stats for Wednesday and go over them together. I'm pretty sure my pockets were full the last time I came over here, because there ain't no way I left these bells. What the heck? So today's screen time was 2 hours and 10, which I think was a little more than yesterday, but last week was 7 hours. More than 7 hours. 7 hours and 16 minutes. That's just actually a little embarrassing. But today's reasons were because I was editing some of the video today on InShot. I try to do it as I go, and also that's a good thing to replace scrolling is delete stuff from your phone, edit videos, transfer them wherever you store stuff, etc. If you work on YouTube, do that. And these are my unlocks, which are significantly less. Feeling proud. It's Thursday. I woke up and played Animal Crossing and then worked all day, and now I just decided to get a little bit ready after work instead of scrolling and listen to a podcast. I literally only got ready to go to the store and get dinner and then some groceries, and then I started playing Bratz Forever Diamonds again with my kitties on the couch while watching Buffy. And it's a really good time passerby. There's a lot of goals, there's many places to go, even if you don't want to follow all the goals right away. And you can dress your brats or do the makeup, which is actually really fun on this one. And I've been having a lot of fun playing it on the handheld. There I was taking some photography on the game. Hi, Star Child. And then I decided to keep watching Buffy, hanging out with my cats, and continue painting my calico critters. Dollhouse. This project has taken me a lot longer than I thought it would, as per usual. I've been doing it for like a week and a half, and I've been doing a little bit here and there each day just to get it done, and I love it. And then I played this Gameloft Pop Stars game, and it's super fun, mostly text-based. It reminds me of that TV plug-in game Dream Life. So far, I kind of got a little tutorial. I got to play this rhythm game, which honestly, I'm not great at rhythm games, but it wasn't that bad. It was fun. And there was a cover of Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne on it. And yeah, it seems super fun so far. You kind of gain fame and little charisma points, and it seems kind of almost like a chintzy little Sims game, but I absolutely love little games like this. So I'm probably going to end up loving this. I had never played it before and had it on this DS, and I think it would be a good time sinker because there's a lot of little goals to do. My cats always hang out with me while I game, but Today went well, and I did do a little more screen time than lately, but I was texting my parents, both parents, and my boyfriend today, and I also did some editing again, and was snapping my friend who lives in France. So none of it was scrolling. I still have 0 minutes, I think, on, yeah, most of my apps have absolutely 0 minutes, which is just awesome. Way less phone usage than last week. The notifications look like a lot, and I still need to figure that out and don't fully understand it because it's from Life 360, which is a safety app, so I'm keeping that. Then it is the next morning, it's now Friday, and I decided I wanted to look on Reddit and see what other people are doing to not scroll. And I was kind of disappointed by the answers because people were using AI and ChatGPT to really figure out answers that other people are telling us here. But, anyways, I was finding out that some people journaled, which I've heard of morning pages, but I decided to do my own today. And I ended up journaling for 9+ minutes. Hi, Star Child. It's almost my cat's dinner time, so they're just freaking out. But I ended up journaling for 9+ minutes this morning, and it was really therapeutic for me. This is kind of a weird time in my life, always around September this week, so journaling it out always feels good. I've actually been in a really good mood lately, and this no scrolling, I think, really has helped increase that mood too. I ended up doing 2 pages, and this was all before I had to work today. So this was a good replacement for scrolling. And then I checked in on my app game, Kotodama Diary, which I talked about briefly before, but there's a lot of little events going on right now. And it's a super fun passerby, and I usually like doing something a little bit before I work because I'm oftentimes hard to wake up in the morning. And so I like to wake up a couple hours before I have to work and then get ready about an hour before I have to go. So this is a good time passerby when I'm trying not to scroll on my phone. I actually haven't watched any YouTube videos all week, so I'm giving myself the grace of, instead of watching Buffy while I do something right now, I'm gonna watch some of my favorite YouTubers and catch up, starting with Alana. But I'm not gonna get caught up scrolling. I'm only gonna watch people I'm subscribed to. So go follow the amazing Alana. So I did end up dressing my smart doll boy, Cirrus, and my smart doll girl, Vana, for the season, and they look amazing. And then I dressed my 2 babies, the bitty baby and the new one that came with the crib, which I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's just some random from Target, but came free with this really nice crib that I got in a silent auction. So I think they look freaking amazing, and that took me probably a couple hours, to be completely honest, because I'm really careful and it's time consuming, and yeah, now they're pretty. And then I ended up playing some Bratz Forever Diamonds. So now we're getting into my screen time for today, which I had a lot less unlocks, or quite a few. It still looks like I used my phone quite a bit, but I was recording video and editing. And last week I used my phone for 8+ hours, mostly YouTube and Instagram. So that's scary, actually. But this week I didn't use Instagram at all. And I only used YouTube on my tablet, only people I'm subscribed to, and no scrolling. So far it's been going really well. 2 more days to see how this goes. So today's Saturday, and I did have to work from 7:45 a.m. till 4 p.m. So I didn't do much, but as soon as I got home, I started watching an American Girl video from I Dream of Johnny. I love his channel, and I gave myself the grace of, instead of watching a show or scrolling, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video and change my own dolls. And then I decided while I fed my cats this week, I was gonna check Nico Atsume. And yeah, it's been super fun doing different things besides scrolling. I also have used a lot of my physical media, like cassette tapes. Here I'm listening to a Lebanon Hanover album on cassette, which sounds absolutely amazing, by the way. And it's just nice to step away from some things I'm subscribed to, like Spotify, etc., and get more use out of things that I do own because I love listening to physical media. And now, since I didn't do much tonight, I am super exhausted. I am just doing the comparison of my screen time, which It looks like I had a lot of screen time today, but I was, again, messaging people back and forth and doing a little bit of research on the American Girl historical dolls since I am going to be going to the store soon and I wanted to have all of their stories straight, etc. Hence why I was watching I Dream of Johnny and his whole historical collection as well. But I'm still doing better than last week nonetheless. And now it's Sunday, the last day of my social media slash no scroll detox, even though I probably will keep this up. And I started my day out with some physical media at home with some cassettes and in the car. I was reading along with the lyrics booklet just to do something other than scrolling. And then I decided to finish dressing my dolls, which is a video up on the channel if you want to go check that out. For fall, I dressed them up, kind of Halloween-y vibes, and now I'm just putting away their stuff and listening to music while not scrolling. And then I decided to finish the rest of my video, which took me some time and it is posted. Little checking in on my Tamagotchis again. Like I said earlier in the video, doing makeup can take quite some time sometimes and is a good replacement for scrolling, especially if you're going to do something nostalgic on the side like Webkins or just be near my dolls. And I also wore a Y2K kind of outfit and curated that vibe today and wanted to throw that on there because that was something I nostalgically did on my day off. And I didn't scroll at all during this, of course. Now, the first record of screen time that I wanted to look at was my Nintendo DS, and I'm wearing Hamster Buttocks Hammy Boutique shirt from the person who I was inspired to make this video by. I love her, and I bought a few things off her merch to stay inspired. If you saw, I did play Animal Crossing the most. Now, here is today's screen time, which looks like a lot, but again, I was editing videos for over an hour. And here is my weekly report. I spent literally half the time on my phone, just about, which I'm very, very proud of. Still, it's quite a bit of time used on my phone, but this was last week, which was kind of an embarrassing amount, and this was this week. It's literally in half, and I'm very, very proud of that. And last week, I used Instagram and YouTube a ton, and this week, I really didn't use much of anything. I mean, you can see me here scrolling through the different things I did do. I mainly messaged people and edited videos. So, yeah, I had 41 unlocks today, which honestly was so low in comparison to 149 last week. And last week I only spent an hour more on my phone that day. But again, it was all Instagram. It was all YouTube. Whereas today I just did editing and watched a few YouTube videos along with my nostalgic things that I did. So that was kind of the recap of my screen time this week. So it is Sunday night, and I kind of wanted to do a recap of my week without scrolling, and also I just finished recording a Dress My Dolls video, which is already up on the channel, so go check that out, Dress My Dolls for Fall. So if you see me looking the same in another video, that's why. But I had a really good week doing the no scrolling. I didn't scroll at all. At first, I noticed myself accidentally opening Instagram for no reason and just like opening my phone for no reason, which is just like a silly little habit that I guess I'm trying to break. Like, I don't want to completely go phoneless, but I think it would be better to just stop scrolling as much. I had a really good week. I feel like I got a lot more done and I did a lot of creative and fun things. Not that I don't usually, but I zoned into them more and really curated everything I wanted to do. I also ended up deleting Instagram off my home screen because I just noticed myself going into that folder and going right to. So now it's harder to get to on my phone. And the only times I did use it was to message a few people, but that was it. And I'm super proud of myself that I was able to do this. It sounds silly, but in this day and age, it's weird. And also, I had no like negative vibes about random people or news because I didn't see any of that fed to me from an algorithm. Everything I viewed was by choice, and I only watched a few YouTube videos, which I will tag the creators because I posted little clips of them. And yeah, it was just, I feel like, a very much more positive and slow moving week, and I enjoyed my time a lot more. And I think if anyone feels like they're using their devices a little too much, or they're zoning into scrolling on social media or YouTube videos, that you should definitely give this a try and see what nostalgic things you come up with. I'd love to hear it down below. And also, I would just love to hear your thoughts on doing this, or have you done anything like this, or if you would like to. And also, what is your favorite nostalgic hobby of the week? Because I did try to fit in quite a few, and I mean, like I said, I normally do a lot of these things during any other given week. I just feel like I don't spend as much focused time, and I zone out often on my phone for 2 or 3 hours. So it was really nice feeling like I had more energy too. Like I would come home and I would maybe sit around for like 15-20 minutes, but I'd be listening to an album or looking at a video that I chose to look at instead of zoning out, and then I would get up and do something else. So it was kind of nice. Almost having a different routine and a cycle gave me something to do other than scrolling. So if anybody's having a hard time with that, I would definitely suggest like grabbing a different, like your DS or something that doesn't have social media, or doing a project like something creative. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think. I really enjoyed making this. Thank you again to Hamster Buttocks for the idea. I mean, I had thought about scrolling less, but I think it really jump-started me to actually do it by having the idea of like replacements. But I hope you guys have a great morning, day, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world, and thank you so much for enjoying the video. And if you got this far, please like or subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.